And we start tonight with the latest on what law enforcement is investigating as a terrorist act in New Orleans.
You can see Bourbon Street is completely empty except for the occasional officer at this hour after a driver intentionally drove into a crowd of people celebrating the new year early this morning. At least 10 people were killed and 30 others injured.
And this is a live look via EarthCam that you're looking at, as Lauren just described. Now, because of the situation, officials have made the call to move tonight's Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia and New Orleans to tomorrow night.
Officials giving an update on the investigation this afternoon. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
New Orleans famed Bourbon Street, now a crime scene as the FBI investigates what they're calling a terror attack on New Year's Day. Federal officials identifying the suspect as 42-year-old Shamsud Din Jabbar, a U.S.-born citizen from Texas and Army veteran. Police say he rammed a rented pickup truck into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street just after 3 a.m., driving 3 blocks before crashing, then getting out and firing at police with an assault rifle. Officials say 2 officers were hurt before police shot and killed the suspect. Witnesses described the scene as gruesome.
What we saw was insanity. I mean, something out of a movie. The graphic nature of it, and it was unbelievable.
Investigators say they found an ISIS flag, weapons, and improvised explosive devices inside the truck. They're now working to determine whether he had any affiliations with terrorist organizations. The FBI says they also discovered more IEDs planted around the area in the historic French Quarter, some of which were deemed viable according to sources.
As of now, 2 IEDs have been found and rendered safe.
Sources tell ABC News that police have reviewed surveillance video that appears to show several people planting those IEDs prior to the vehicle attack, leading the FBI to conclude that the driver had help. Investigators working to identify those people.
We do not believe that Jabbar was solely responsible. We are aggressively running down every lead, including those of his known associates.
Officials also question about whether barricades were up along Bourbon Street.
This particular terrorist drove around onto the sidewalk and got around the hard target, where he did have a car there, we had barriers there, we had officers there, and they still got around.
Leading up to the holidays, federal law enforcement had been warning local police around the country that vehicle ramming was a key area of concern and to be prepared for these kinds of incidents. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.